A regular latte at a Canadian coffee shop runs between $5 and $7 right now, and that retail price keeps climbing. Most people pay without thinking twice, grabbing their cup and walking out. Yet those raw beans inside your morning beverage cost the shop roughly 10 cents. Dairy, paper cups, plastic lids, and a splash of vanilla syrup add up to somewhere between 89 cents and $1.42 in actual ingredient costs. The rest of that cash funds rent, barista wages, and that $25,000 espresso machine sitting on the counter. Electricity bills eat up a portion as well, leaving a markup that sits between 500 and 700% on a single cup by most food industry estimates. You are not simply paying for a drink, which means you are actually funding the building surrounding you. Today's video covers how to craft a creamy, cafe-quality latte at home for 45 cents a serving. The process requires no expensive equipment, bypasses special training entirely, and demands no compromises on taste. Breaking down cafe pricing reveals a straightforward equation. Green, unroasted beans are highly valuable agricultural commodities globally, but per serving, their cost remains low. By the time these crops get roasted, bagged, shipped, and brewed, the roasted bean portion of your drink accounts for barely a fraction of the total price. Adding 8 ounces of dairy for roughly 24 pennies, alongside disposable cups, lids, and syrup, brings the total material cost for your fancy morning beverage to around $1 and change. Meanwhile, the retailer charges a hefty premium. The markup between physical ingredients and the menu board pays for everything else, which is reasonable for business survival, but it means you carry the entire weight of their overhead in your wallet every single morning. Buying one premium latte daily pushes your yearly bill past $2,500. Crafting the same drink at home using identical quality ingredients drops that annual expense to about $365 to $475. Skipping the shop line leaves over $2,300 saved annually simply by walking into your own kitchen instead. Those retained funds could cover a flight, purchase a few months of groceries, or just sit in a bank account doing something more useful than paying a corporate chain's lease. Equipment assumptions remain the biggest hurdle stopping people from making premium drinks at home. Walk into any kitchen store and espresso machines display price tags from $400 to over $2,000. Those units look impressive, yet they sit nowhere close to necessary for a great latte. 2 simple tools cover everything required, and together, their combined price falls under $30. Your primary device is a stovetop mocha pot, which brews strong, rich liquid using nothing but steam pressure and burner heat. Solid versions run between $15 and $20, last for years, and produce a bold, concentrated base that serves as an excellent stovetop alternative to espresso. A French press works just as well if you already own one. Alternatively, dissolving instant espresso powder in hot water creates a fully acceptable foundation if you seek the simplest possible route. Finding your second tool involves picking up a handheld electric frother, retailing for around $7 at most home goods stores. The spinning wand transforms an ordinary mug of warm dairy into an upgraded beverage rivaling anything served across a commercial counter. The actual preparation is simple, taking under 10 minutes from start to finish. Brewing the foundation comes first. Fill your mocha pot's bottom chamber with hot water up to the pressure valve, stopping just below the metal pin. Pack the filter basket with dark roast espresso grounds, ensuring you do not press them down tight. Simply fill the basket evenly and level the top off. Screwing the upper section onto the base prepares the device for medium heat. Within 4 to 5 minutes, a gurgling sound signals the dark liquid pushing up through the spout and filling the upper chamber. Once that audio shifts from a steady gurgle to a light hissing and sputtering, pull the pot off the burner immediately, because the sound change means the cycle finished and your concentrated shot stands ready. While waiting on the stove, turn your attention to the dairy. Pour roughly 8 ounces of whole milk into a saucepan or a microwave-safe mug, heating it until warm but not boiling. Targeting 150 degrees Fahrenheit works best, meaning the liquid becomes just hot enough that holding a finger inside feels uncomfortable. Oat alternatives also perform extremely well here, producing a thick, naturally sweet foam. Once heated, lower your handheld wand into the mug, switch the power on, and move the whisk around just below the surface for about 10 seconds. Running the whisk for 15 to 30 seconds doubles the volume, creating a smooth, velvety texture filled with tight bubbles. Achieving this specific microfoam separates a proper latte from a plain cup of drip brew with cold liquid stirred in, and a $7 frother handles the entire transformation. Adding flavor happens right before combining the elements. A single teaspoon of vanilla syrup, or even a modest pour of maple syrup, dropped into the bottom of your empty mug gives the final beverage a natural sweetness that blends evenly through every sip. Dropping in a tiny pinch of salt of just a few grains cuts residual bitterness and rounds out the tasting notes in a way that surprises most people upon their first attempt. Combining these elements forms the final step, raising the visual presentation to look premium. Pour your hot, dark base directly into the mug over whatever syrup rests at the bottom. Next, hold a spoon just above the liquid surface and decant the frothed dairy slowly over the back of the utensil. Decanting the milk this way lets the white foam flow gently rather than crashing aggressively through the dark layer underneath. As a result, the bubbles settle on top in a thick, creamy crown. Tilting the mug slightly during the process lets you get the pouring spout closer to the surface, giving you the control to easily pour striking latte art designs. Achieving the elegant finish requires no barista certificate. Breaking down your final brew. A double shot starts around 20 cents depending on your beans. The milk tacks on roughly a quarter, while flavor additions round it out with another nickel. These figures form the complete material breakdown for a luxurious beverage. If a professional handed that identical cup across a commercial counter, most customers would happily fork over top dollar without hesitation. Any quality gap between your homemade creation and a commercial latte shrinks to almost nothing. Professional shops utilize heavy industrial machines and trained hands, but those specific tools add speed and consistency at scale rather than generating a fundamentally better flavor. Your stovetop pot delivers an identical, bold, concentrated base. Meanwhile, the spinning wand provides that exact same foamy texture. Only one thing disappears from your daily experience, which is a disposable paper cup featuring a misspelled name. Fortunately, that part is easily worth skipping. Replacing your daily habit frees up large amounts of cash over 12 months, compared to the cafe line. Scaling this math across a household where 2 people consume caffeinated drinks every morning simply doubles the financial impact. While standard espresso machines take months to pay off, these specific budget hardware purchases pay for themselves completely within the very first week of use. 10 years from now, your metal brewing pot will still sit inside the kitchen cabinet, executing the exact same job for a minimal per-cup cost. Great morning beverages do not need to command premium prices. Basic ingredients remain cheap, the preparation process stays short, and the resulting flavor holds up against anything a commercial shop charges a markup to provide. Your kitchen already contains a stove, which means investing roughly $27 in these specific tools you buy exactly once provides everything else required.